Welcome to a new deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something pretty much essential for billions of people. Coffee. You might think your daily cup is, just about the caffeine kick, but, well, our sources show a much more complex story. It goes way beyond that morning jolt.
That's absolutely right. For so many, coffee is this deep-seated ritual, and our mission today is really to sift through the latest research, the sources you've gathered, and uncover the true sort of multifaceted health impacts.
Yeah.
Because it's not just good or bad, is it? Its effects are incredibly nuanced. We're talking hundreds of bioactive compounds, not only caffeine. We want to help you understand this complex interplay so you can maybe tailor your choices to your own health profile.
Okay, let's start with the good news then, because honestly, what we found was pretty eye-opening. Our sources consistently link coffee to, well, increased longevity. There was this major 2017 meta-analysis, I think it was in the BMJ. It showed coffee drinkers were significantly less likely to die early, like 17% less from any cause. And it broke down further, 19% lower risk for heart disease, 18% less for cancer. Pretty striking numbers.
It really is. And what's truly fascinating here, maybe even surprising for some, is that decaf showed similar benefits.
Right. Decaf, too.
Yeah, which strongly suggests that a lot of coffee's power comes from things other than caffeine, those polyphenols, antioxidants, powerful plant compounds protecting your cells. So it challenges that idea that it's just a proxy for, a healthy lifestyle. Coffee itself seems to offer direct protection. It's not just about the kick.
And if that wasn't enough, the sources also talk quite a bit about brain health, consistently linked to a lower risk of neurodegenerative diseases, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. How does that actually work?
Great question. I mean, we know caffeine blocks adenosine, right? That's the chemical that makes you feel sleepy. So blocking it boosts alertness, mood. But beyond that, the antioxidants in coffee seem to reduce inflammation and protect the neurons themselves.
Okay.
There was a study, I think 2012, looking at older adults with mild cognitive impairment, those with caffeine levels equal to about, say, 3 cups of coffee. They were far less likely to progress to full-blown dementia. That's quite significant.
Wow, definitely. Okay, staying on significant effects, what about metabolic health? Type 2 diabetes specifically?
Yes, there's a very well-documented inverse association there. Basically, more coffee, lower risk.
Simple as that.
Well, relatively speaking, a big Harvard study tracked nearly 124,000 people. They found increasing coffee intake by just over a cup a day over 4 years led to an 11% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes.
Okay, and why is that?
It's largely thought to be down to chlorogenic acids. These are compounds that help your body process glucose better. They improve how you handle sugar and insulin sensitivity.
Right. And the benefits seem to keep stacking up. We also saw sources highlighting protective effects for the liver.
Yes, exactly. Reduced risk of death from liver cirrhosis, even liver cancer showing up in some studies. Plus, again, through that antioxidant power, links to lower risk of several other cancers too, like colorectal cancer.
Okay, but like anything powerful, there's usually a flip side. The sources definitely point that out too. For some people, coffee can mean anxiety, jitters, maybe trouble sleeping, especially if you drink it too late.
That's correct. Caffeine directly messes with sleep by blocking those adenosine receptors we mentioned. It stops your brain getting the signal to wind down. The general advice: probably avoid caffeine for at least 8 hours before you plan to sleep. Gives it time to clear out.
8 hours, okay. And what about digestive issues? Some people complain about that.
Yeah, caffeine can speed up gut motility. So for some, that might mean loose stools, maybe heartburn. And another really key point from the source's unfiltered coffee, like from a French press or maybe Turkish coffee, that can actually raise your cholesterol levels. It's because of compounds called diterpenes, like cafestol, which are in the coffee oils. If cholesterol is something you watch, opting for filtered coffee like standard drip or pour over might be a smarter move. The paper filter catches most of that stuff.
Filtered coffee. Okay. That's
right.
A practical tip. So with all this, the good and the potentially problematic, what does it mean for you listening right now?
Yeah, this is crucial. Your response is incredibly individual. Think of it like this. Your genetics play a massive role. There's a gene, CYP1A2, that basically controls your personal coffee processing speed.
So processing speed, okay.
Right. If you're a slow metabolizer, caffeine hangs around in your system much longer. For those people, having more than, say, 4 cups a day could potentially increase the risk of a non-fatal heart attack, according to some research. And of course, if you already have conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or anxiety, that changes the whole equation too. Coffee will affect you differently.
So it really comes down to listening to your body then. Watching for those subtle mood shifts, tracking sleep.
Precisely. You have to be your own detective, really. While the average recommendation, for most healthy adults sits around 3 to 5 cups a day.
Right, the standard advice.
Yeah, but for you, understanding your personal sensitivity, maybe choosing your brewing method carefully, that's paramount. It's about tuning into your system.
So wrapping this up, what we've really unpacked today is that coffee, when you approach it mindfully, maybe moderately, it can genuinely be a health-promoting part of your life. It's thanks to this really complex mix of compounds inside.
Absolutely. But it's vital to recognize your own body's unique chemistry, your existing health. They play such a significant role.
This deep dive really shows that your morning cup isn't just, a habit you fall into. It's this dynamic interaction with your own physiology. So maybe the takeaway thought is this. What subtle clues has your body been sending you about your coffee consumption? And how could knowing that transform your daily brew from just routine into something more like a personalized wellness strategy?